Basin Electric service area and beyond is facing a widespread cold snap in mid-January. Depending on when you watch this report, you're either right in the middle of the freeze or finally warmer on the other side. Cold weather impacts the delivery of electricity in a number of ways. It can cause equipment to freeze up, mean end-use consumers use more electricity and natural gas, and make working outside more challenging. The Basin Electric team briefed the Basin Electric board in January just before the cold weather rolled in.
Based on some past cold weather reliability events that we've had, there is now a mandatory NERC reliability standard for cold weather preparedness. And so Basin Electric has implemented all the requirements of that standard, which include like a cold weather preparedness plan and associated training for all of our applicable employees. And this standard applies to our generating units. So it is cold weather preparedness, specifically freeze protection measures that we put in place at our generating plants to ensure their reliable operation during these cold weather events.
Even before a bad storm that's coming or a cold snap, the managers and the supervisors will send out an email. They'll talk to all of the employees at their morning meetings and just just remember, double check, make sure doors are closed, make sure contractors that are on site know about any of the issues that might be coming up. And sometimes it's those small things, going through a walk-through door or sliding door and you don't close it all the way, or there happens to be a window or one of those louvers that are blowing on instrumentation line, and it can cause it to freeze up. And that freeze up can trip either a system or it can trip the whole unit. And those are the things that we want to prevent. When it gets kind of bad, we work with marketing, and if everybody's starting to worry about it, from SPP or MISO putting out those alerts, we'll look at how the unit is scheduled for the day ahead or even in real time. And if it looks like a unit is going to come offline for just a couple hours, or and I'll say anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, then what we'll do from our side of it, instead of trying to take a chance that, hey, yeah, we can take that off, but there's always a risk, every time you take something off, that it might not start back up correctly. And the system could freeze up, especially in this really cold weather. So we will bridge it and we'll self the unit to make sure that we keep it online. We might take a loss, for running that piece of equipment when it's not really needed, but we're ensuring that it's going to be available and reliable to the grid and to all of our members.
Both as we look at the RTOs we participate in, SPP and MISO, they are projecting higher loads given the cold weather, but they're also projecting that they will have enough generation to meet those peak loads. But as we know, as weather gets colder, that increases the risk for generation to be available. So that is one of the things that we'll be monitoring as we move into the coming week. So our Basin Electric membership is widespread. We also have the west side market where we have excess generation and we sell into the market. So when we see high prices in that area, that's a very positive thing for Basin Electric and the membership. On the Montana area, we have load that we serve up in that area, and transmission constraints are an issue and have been an issue this year. So that is an area that's a little bit more challenging to us as we try to serve the load. We do have some physical purchases in place, and we do have some mitigation in place with prior hedges that we've put into place.
Dakota Gasification Company offers a natural hedge on Basin Electric's natural gas demand, being a production facility producing the natural gas, and Basin Electric's natural gas generators consuming the natural gas. The winter weather event that's occurring, the preparation for it occurs long in advance of the actual event itself. Purchasing natural gas for Basin Electric at low-cost fuel supplies, and Dakota Gasification Company's position is set up such that it can take advantage of higher prices during these winter weather events.
Communicating with our membership is also important during these events. Members can find a set of talking points available on the Basin members website to use as needed. And communications processes are in place to notify members in the event SPP or MISO enter an energy emergency alert status.